Yo, what's going on everybody? It's your bro, hope you're doing well. In this video, I'm going to explain the super keyword in JavaScript, so sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Well, it looks like we're on the super keyword. Super is a reference to the parent class, also known as the superclass. It's very similar to the this keyword. We can use a superclass's constructor or methods. Here's an example. I have a parent class, a superclass named person, and we will have two children classes, also known as subclasses. Student extends person and teacher extends person. Let's create a constructor for both student and teacher. So let's say constructor, and we will have a few properties to assign. So students will have a name, an age, and what about a GPA? Now let's create a constructor for teacher. Teachers will have a name, age, and a class size, but no GPA. Class size. So let's assign some of these properties. This.name equals name. This.age equals age. And this.gpa equals GPA. And let's do the same thing for teacher. So let's copy what we have here, paste it. Name and age are the same for both student and teachers. They both have a name and age property. But teachers do not have a GPA, but they do have a class size. So let's change this.gpa to this.classSize equals class size. Now with programming, we try not to repeat code if we don't have to. Within my student and teacher constructors, we are repeating two lines of code. This.name equals name and this.age equals age. So to reduce the amount of code that we have, we can use the constructor of the person class to assign the name and age properties of both students and teachers, because this is what they both have in common. So I'm going to copy one of these constructors, get rid of GPA, and we will only have name and age properties assigned within this constructor. So we can get rid of these two lines of code within both of these constructors for both student and teachers. Now to use the constructor of a parent class, a superclass, within the constructor of a child class, also known as a subclass, we would type super and then pass in our arguments. So let's send name and age over to the constructor of the person class, and this class, the constructor of this class, will take care of these properties for us. So we will assign any properties that are unique to this specific class. We're calling the superclass to take care of name and age, and this constructor will take care of GPA. So let's do the same thing for our teacher class. So teachers, we will call the superconstructor of the parent class, person, send in a name and age, and all we have to do is assign our class size, which is a unique property for teachers. Now let's create a student and teacher object just to be sure that everything is working fine. Let student equal new student. Then we will pass in a name, age, and GPA. The student's name is Steve. He is 21, and his GPA is a 2.0, just barely passing, I think. And let's create a teacher. Let teacher equal new teacher. This teacher's name will be, how about Bob? Bob is 45, and his class size is 30 students, let's say. Okay, now let's display some of these properties of our student first, then our teacher. Console.log student.name, then age, student.age, then student.gpa. And let's try the same thing for teacher. So let's replace student with teacher and change GPA to class size. Well, would you look at that? We have Steve, he's 21, his GPA is 2.0. Bob, he's 45, and his class size is 30. Not only can we use the super keyword to call the constructor of a parent class, but we can call a parent class's methods as well. Let's create a method within student and teacher to display some of this information. So let's begin with student. Let's create a method named hello. So console.log hello this.name. Then let's display the age next. Console.log you are this.age years old. And then lastly, the GPA. Your GPA is this.gpa. Now let's create a hello method within our teacher class, but change your GPA is to your class size is this.classSize. Okay, then we will call these methods student.hello. Hello, Steve, you are 21 years old, your GPA is 2. And teacher.hello. Hello, Bob, you are 45 years old, your class size is 30. So using the same principle as before, we can reuse some of this code. So what do these methods have in common? They both have this section of displaying the person's name along with the word hello and displaying the person's age. So let's create a method within the person class. We can name this hello or something else, but I'll keep it consistent. Hello, then we will display this.name and this.age. We can get rid of these two lines. And immediately when we call the hello method, we will use the superclass's hello method or something else if you named it something else. So within our hello method with student and teacher, we will call super's hello followed by your GPA is for students, and then within teachers, super.hello, and then we will add on your class size is this class size. And this program will work as the same as it did before. Now, technically speaking, these methods don't need to be consistent. We can change the name of the method within the person class to maybe welcome. So we will say super.welcome and do the same thing within our teacher class. So this also works too if you have another method that you want to call. I would like to use the superclass's welcome method and follow this with this line of code. So that's the use of a super keyword. It's a reference to the parent class, also known as the superclass. It's very similar to the this keyword. This refers to the object that we're currently working with. Super refers to the parent class of said object. And we can use a superclass's constructor and methods. So that helps with code reusability. So if you would like a copy of this code, I will post this to the comment section down below. And well, that is the super keyword in JavaScript.